2026 in video content specifically.
Relevance beats production value.
But I think that's an important one for when you are doing any kind of event.
Devote OS is like a way to package that up.
Hey Phil. 2026.
Here it comes again.
Big year, mate. Big year.
I mentioned a couple of times a few like canopy tray brands that are on the peripherals that want to work with us. This Friday we've got the digital strategy session with the digital team. I sent a message in the group chat before, but it's going to be out at Manly at the Royal Queensland Yacht Squadron. The goal of that day is going to be essentially just going through like our ways of working for 2026, which I'm really excited about. We're going to change a lot of things in terms of like our ways of working.
We've got sign off on tackle more funding. They're really onto a team with Corey and have done a lot of data work in the background over the last year. So
back in the office.
Yep, back in the office for 2026. We had a really busy Q4 peak retail season, straight into now annual reporting for last year, for 2025. Annual reporting's a really important time for us where we essentially distill all of the key learnings for all of our brands, and then we look to have like 3 to 5 takeaways from those metrics, and then look at how we can essentially implement the meaningful takeaways to 2026. We've also got some really new, exciting clients. We've recently partnered with Oricom, who are really big in the UHF space. We've also partnered with Kokoda Caravans that do a great job in the composite caravan space. In addition to that, we've also been working with a couple of brands on go-to-market strategies. Been working with and on their go-to-market strategies. We've also been working with one of our long-time partners, Daiwa, who's been working with us for about 8 years on a really exciting national film tour, which is to help support one of their new fishing reels that they're bringing to market, and they've seen incredible success off the back of that. And we've also got some audit and strategies, which is sort of like our initial stages when we're working with new brands in the pipelines for a couple of other exciting brands. So yeah, lots going on coming into 2026.
There's a whole world of website management, and so website optimization is a really big project for us that we really want to get done.
Yeah, what that is an audit and strategy. Essentially, that's us looking under the hood holistically, so across all channels, platforms, website, lead management. So auditing everything that happens right now. Paid media, so obviously the base is Google Ads, Meta Ads, TikTok ads. Higher up the tree, we do also have the expertise in-house for programmatic or streaming, things like that. It's just generally with the budgets that we see and the results we see, like Google Ads, which includes YouTube ads, display and search, as well as Meta, which is obviously Facebook and Instagram. Generally, they achieve us the result that we want to achieve.
And so we did a discovery session with the shareholders, and then taking that on board about what are their goals and what do they see from their perspective needs to happen. And so what are the really crucial things in terms of overall goal is the cost of acquisition.
Marketing.
That was
part of the gems we get through in the meeting was just each of us going through our ideas, and we'll sort of ask a few questions about each. So
there's a lot of beautiful content out there that we're just sort of like, we're spending a lot of money to push because it hasn't started from a place of how do we make people want to consume instead of how do we get something that we can push. You've got your short term, which these are like, they could last weeks, they could last months, but it's that really short term, real meme kind of content that you see. But then you'll have your long term, deep seated like emotional values, which is where we kind of glean on more of that evergreen and long form content to really communicate with our consumers. From a framework and systems perspective, how can we like catalog and categorize and just tag these like moments where it's not going to hit the main feature film, but it's like a breadcrumb that's leading people into a feeling of like, eventually gets it.
how many views is this one have? Probably has 2 million? 1 million for this one. But they get like millions of views because they just have these awesome, simple setups. They're pretty charming guys, and they're really good cooks. But
is it always the same characters? Like it's just those? Are you thinking like they would there would be a storyline throughout, or you could just like,
Or you can just theme.
yeah.
So for example, from beginner to confident in 6 episodes.
So 1 video per month from each, so 12 videos a year, like per creator.
Per creator, yeah. Which that just gives the brand so much content. And it's consistent, and having the same people will be the same style.
Yeah.
A few UGCs like send your best off-road dashcam footage. No roadkill, please. But
Storytelling, but not just like the storytelling of like telling Erin's story or my story, but like framing it around a specific event.
I just need some help now to get that message to the market about our features and benefits.
So a couple of videographers, full-time editor, so full-time team in just content production. And then we have website design and development as well. So 3 core departments, which essentially ensures that we can do end-to-end anything that a business wants. That doesn't mean the people that work with us have to use us across everything. We're very agnostic. It's whoever's best for you. If you get a better price, or you know someone who knows someone, or you want, that's totally fine as well. What we find is brands will try to have that 120k employee or 100k employee, and they expect that marketing employee to be able to do everything end to end. But in this day and age, with how detailed things are and how increasing the scope is for the channel mix of marketing platforms, it's not possible for one person in-house to be able to be a great designer for the brand side of things and manage the ambassador network and manage all of the platforms that go along with it. So we batch our content out in that way so that there was always a variety. We always had a clear hit list of what we were trying to achieve, but we weren't taking you out push every week, which would drain resources on both ends.
Giving people that opportunity to see themselves doing it, going, oh shit, that looks so cool.
Yeah.
But just drip feeding those things out to a cool tune that'll create a subconscious trigger in certain people that'll align with their aspirations, I suppose, of what we do and what we could help them do.
Yeah. We just upped our spend significantly in Google Ads, and with the social marketing, I change that quite often actually. So that will vary from month to month.
I think that splitting it into also just visually 2 lists, OKRs or BAU, helps us to like report on very clearly their balance between almost more brand long-term and performance or short-term, like a 9-5-5. It's like, here's the OKRs, here are the things in the strategy, and here's how the framework works. And so from day one, moving forward, as of literally 2 days ago, from the Oricon strategy onwards, this will be Devote operating system.
How'd the meeting go?
It went really well. So it was a good planning meeting for 2026 and beyond. Some probably like complex subject matter, but that's always like the fun type of meetings where your brain is really, really pumping. What's most exciting is that there's a few things. One, it really, really embraces purpose-driven marketing. So, sometimes with brands, certain marketing acts can feel what we term internally as random acts of marketing, which might not necessarily compound or connect to like the long-term vision. So this framework, one, helps us stay on track and make sure that our effort is actually connected to impact. So it's not just a random act of marketing, it's a purpose-driven act of marketing. And 2, the framework will actually help us continue to build compounding success for our brands quarter over quarter and year over year. So a lot of the brands that we're working with now, I would say, are more mature brands where they've got a really good sense of what their long-term vision or long-term success looks like. And this framework really helps us kind of break down, say, 3 years of long-term success year on year, quarter on quarter, so that we are adding meaningfully to it every single quarter.
We limited it to 50 participants initially, so first come, first serve, and then we also had a roaming coach run the event itself, so she was there to take a lead charge on things. Looking at past events, we anticipated that like 60-70% of the people who registered would actually show up. But I think that's an important one for when you are doing any kind of events, like knowing that not everyone's going to show up there on the day, and like having an understanding that you probably need more registrations than however many people you would like to attend. Having content from those like previous events to help like promote the socials, get people excited, like see how many people had showed up in the past, and that they knew that, you know, if we're saying only the first 50 people will be able to do this, I think that also helped in getting like so many people registering straight away.
What are you working on? We've got some really exciting annual resets going on at the moment. We've got the Tackle World team coming into the office here at Devote to look at what worked in 2025 and how we continue building on that success in 2026. We've also got the Daiwa team coming in, and we're partnering with both Daiwa and Tackle World. Obviously, they work closely together, and we're looking at how we can continue to build that relationship. But more broadly across all of our brands, we're looking at, you know, how we can continue to build on success in 2026. We're rolling out Devote OS, which is our operating system, and we're looking at the GPS system, which is essentially looking at how we can structure the work that we do on a weekly and a monthly basis, ladders up to long-term meaningful success. We see that like a lot of the brands we work with are, you know, really long-term partnerships. Most of our brands have been with us for sort of 5, 6, 7, 8 years. And what we really see is that over long periods of time, when we do consistently good work, that work compounds. So it's really important that we focus on those long-term goals, and that we're not getting caught up in, you know, short-term campaigns that might move the needle for a month or a quarter, but don't necessarily help meet the long-term business objectives. So we're very focused on just structuring the way that we work around ensuring that everything that we do ladders up to those long-term goals. And we're looking at how we can roll that out across all of our brands and have KPIs and metrics that are associated with each of those as well.
What an actual stitch up.
What? How?
You! Someone else to put the snacks in. And now I just look like I'm serving everyone cake.
We needed that clip for the video.
No!
You want to present it to us?
I'll present this to you.
Alright.
I actually don't remember what half of these are. This is like a triple fudge brownie. That's a blondie. That's a triple chocolate brownie. That's a caramel slice. Salted caramel cupcake. That's a passion fruit. That's a double chocolate carrot cake. And a red velvet bundt cake. Jocelyn's provisions.
I'm really excited we're here today at our digital offsite. We've gathered about 15 of our digital marketing managers to run through what 2026 holds for us at Devote. We're introducing the new Devote OS, which is our operating system that governs everything that we do at Devote. We're also introducing the GPS system, which essentially is the way that we go about implementing strategies, from taking a brand's long-term North Star and distilling that down into tactics and KPIs that we can measure on a weekly and a quarterly basis. Really excited to get stuck into it. Was there something meaningful that changed? Profitability up, revenue up, significant amount, if so high. But I'm also interested in key takeaways and learnings as a result of those results.
Just that one shift changed the entire landscape of the page.
There's a lot of talk around like your inner voice is really, really strong because it's that longer race.
Right now, James is just refueling us with some caffeine. No, we've all just broken off into groups of 3, so there's 5 groups of 3 at the moment, and we are reviewing short-term and long-term cultural trends within our communities broadly. So we have communities in fishing, so really strong communities in fishing, 4x4, caravanning, hunting, motorbiking, or like rural themes. And then there's cultures and subcultures within each of those. So for fishing, for example, you might have communities that are like more saltwater and freshwater, and then within each of those, you also have cultures and subcultures. So for us as marketers, it's really important that we deeply understand not just communities, like are we talking to anglers, but the cultures and subcultures and what they care about, what kind of content would be shareable, savable, relatable to them. And when we're posting and creating content for our brands, would make them have that this brand gets me feeling, and it gives them like a almost like an if you know insight into, okay, if I am out on the ocean and it's really bad weather, you know, and just showing that side of it as well just helps them to feel connected to the brands, and as a result elevate the brands.
Perfect. Awesome, thank you. Anything to add, James?
I agree with everything that Kahlee said.
So it's difficult to get out too far away. Warranty and quality is a big one for them pre-purchase and post-purchase as well, so across the customer journey.
A name for a lot of the work that we already do. We've already got like really strong systems and processes for the work that we do at Devote.
Essentially those holdout style tests. You can also do holdouts at like a state level of course.
Yeah, I think for me, like one relevant to Click and Kamek that I liked in your presentation this morning, just the simple like relevance beats production value.
Similar to the intention and the mindset that you're in when you start the task. If you're in the mindset that's positive, you're going to kick ass, whatever you're going to do it.
Number one greatest contributor from today, very tough decision for a very overpriced backpack. It was James.
So we've just wrapped up today our quarterly offsite. It was an amazing day. We went through everything Devote operating system, so Devote OS, the GPS system, as well as just a complete reset after a meeting we had with our full content team last week, just to run through sort of like content themes for the year ahead and how we can ensure that content is really the core of everything that we do at Devote. As an extension of that, it's really about understanding the cultures that we're operating, whether it's four-wheel driving, spearfishing, fishing, caravanning, just deeply understanding the cultures and subcultures of all of those communities to allow us to create content that they actually want to consume. So that was a big part of today, and the key takeaways that we sort of gathered at the end of the day from the team were all very just diverse and awesome. So it was great to hear about what the team thought of the day and also their key takeaways, and the one thing that they're each going to aim to implement this year. Is going to be exciting to be here again, in a year's time, look back and see how much fun we've all had being able to create the right content for our brands and create amazing brands in the outdoor community.